Good morning everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video right here on XRP. We're back with a full update and quite a lot has gone down in the last in the last 24 hours. A little bit unexpected. I mean, I'm as most of you know, I'm always honest in these analysis. And what I said yesterday is that I thought it was most likely we were going to pull back a little bit first. Before getting this move up to 2.26, 2.28, and we spiked up higher. So I was partially wrong, right? I mean, I always said to you when we drop down to this level right here at 2.1 and 2.08, I always said I think it's most likely we're going to bounce, and I think it's most likely we're going up to the top of the range as well, right? And you can see we've hit this range high a couple of times in the last month. So that was to be expected. I almost have to sneeze right here, so my apologies. Trying to keep it in. There's a huge light shining in my eye as well, but no. So that was expected. But short term, I thought that pullback was more likely. However, why we actually moved up this much and with high volume, and you can see that down here, but you can also see that with a lighter green color. What caused it to rally up this much? And we're going to the 1 hour time frame right here. By the way, this is not great, this price action, but we'll get to that in a moment. When we also zoom into the footprint chart of XRP. But what caused it was ETF rumors. All right, what we saw all of a sudden is that the probabilities for a Ripple ETF by July 31st was at 2%, and it rallied up to 25%. So I'm not sure what happened in terms of, you know, did the SEC already come with some sort of a did they also drop their cross appeal, or did we just get some other ETF data? I did not follow that completely. But something happened, insiders know something, whatever, and that caused the probability to go up. Now, at this point of time, and that's also, you know, the main thing that caused the rally is also the main thing to watch right now, and you can see that it's decreasing again. And not only is the ETF probability decreasing, so fundamentally that's slightly bearish for XRP. But no, I mean, Bitcoin is also seeing some bearish pressure. As you can see, Bitcoin is pulling back right here. The general financial markets are actually still quite good, but obviously, you know, even with the ETF news, XRP is still correlated to Bitcoin for about 55% in the last 3 days, so that's relatively low, but still sizable. My apologies for my nose; it's incredibly annoying, I know, but still. So what that caused, if you take a look at the footprint chart, is that yesterday with the momentum, we left a single print. We did not find strong support there, which is bad news. We also opened within the value area high of yesterday. We tried to break above that briefly, failed, right? So that's also a bearish confirmation. So right now, we get back to what we spoke about yesterday, and that's all the imbalances to the downside, where the main one right now is the naked POC right here at, 2.18. So I think it's most likely for now, you know, short term, we have a lot of support right there at 2.18, 2.17. I think it's most likely that, you know, we're going to pull back into that. But unless we get some positive news, some positive fundamentals again, I again will say that I think afterwards it's a little bit more likely that we'll fill those imbalances to the downside at 2.15 or at 2.12, and that from there we'll bounce again, right? Because I do think that XRP will hold the stability that we have held for the last month. So that I do think, but ultimately this was a failed auction higher. I don't see any reason right now, looking at Bitcoin and looking at the news, looking at the fundamentals for XRP, why we would break out again. It's always a possibility, but if we get good news, right? If we get some positive development. So keep your eyes on that. I will try to keep you updated on that as well. But that's what I think you need to know for now. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next videos, and bye.